21 million mastery points on one champion, Teemo. That is the new record of the most mastery points on a single champion. To put that into perspective, it takes somewhere between 1,000 to 2,000 games to reach 1 million mastery points, meaning that at the very least, this player has played 20,000 games of Teemo. But why? Usually, we never get to know what motives these players have to play so many games of League. But this player is different. In 2018, this player gathered attention when he reached 7 million mastery points and came out with a heart-wrenching story for why he plays so much Teemo. The story goes like this. It is said that this player used to play the game with his girlfriend. Her favorite champion was Teemo. Unfortunately, his girlfriend would end up passing away, and to commemorate her, he began to play Teemo every day. And specifically, his builds would always consist of Guardian Angel and Liandry's Torment. Guardian Angel because he wishes his girlfriend would come back, and Liandry's because he's always sad. At some point, he changed his account name to See You After Life, likely a reference to his girlfriend. This story began going viral as early as 2018, but pops up in comment sections to this day.
I'm concerned for his well-being.
However, some people, myself included, question how true this story actually is. Of course, some people simply point out that this story is fake because a League of Legends player could never obtain a girlfriend. But jokes aside, this story is often perceived as being true. So to solve the mystery, I dove a little deeper to figure out if we can find a clear answer on whether or not this sad love story is based on real events or someone on the internet just made it up. Here are the facts. This player indeed plays Teemo every day and was once named See You After Life. However, the bit about Liandry's and Guardian Angel actually stems from another account named Long and Pro, who was also exclusively playing Teemo every day. Interestingly enough, both players were from the Vietnam server, and through some confusion, this story was later attributed to Long and Pro, as he also had a ridiculous amount of mastery points on Teemo, over 6 million. But he later came out and said that the story was incorrectly associated to his account, as he was the one who was exclusively building Guardian Angel and Liandry's. But Long and Pro stated that building those items was just something he did with no particular reason. So that leaves the main player, See You After Life. Which, by the way, aside from this mysterious romance, he is undoubtedly one of the most active League of Legends players, and for sure the most active Teemo player. It's hard to say exactly what his schedule is, but it very much seems like he plays for at least 6 to 8 hours per day, with small breaks in between, followed by a big break where he is likely sleeping. After that, he wakes up and he continues the pattern over and over again. Surprisingly, he doesn't exclusively play ranked games. At times, he will spam dozens of normal games, and he also plays flex queue. The rank on his account seems to fluctuate between gold and platinum, but he currently resides in Platinum 4 for solo queue and Emerald 4 in flex queue. Also, if you're confused by his name in the screenshots, this player is constantly changing the name on their account. From Teemo spelled backwards, Deep Inner Calm, and a string of numbers, these are just a handful of the names I could verify which belong to the account throughout the past few years. As of most recently, the account was simply named League of Legends, which I think is appropriate. But as of actually making this video, he's changed his name twice. First, from League of Legends to
Tathagata Buddha.
But most recently, very fitting to our story, his account is currently named I Wish You Were Here, and previous names are still reserved by him on separate accounts, which also play Teemo. I wrote these details about his account prior to the recent Riot ID changes. This will make it far more difficult for him to constantly change his name, as you are now forced to wait at least 90 days before changing your name again. But at the moment, the name he chose is
Chuling John.
But anyway, this player, regardless of their name, is the only one that could realistically confirm the story, but it doesn't seem he's openly active on social media. I found this one Facebook screenshot where he's sharing a screenshot of his account with the caption, "Why does everyone think I'm fake?" Kind of an ominous comment, as we don't really know the context to why he's saying this. And the Facebook account which I know is associated to him and the story is unable to be looked up now. I considered adding them as a friend to ask them about this story, but it would seem they have their privacy settings set to where only they can add friends, or they deleted their account, which would only continue the mystery. Oh, and by the way, yes, this account now holds the record for the most mastery points on a single champion. As you're aware, a player named Get Controlled has held this record for years with Heimerdinger.
And people ask, hey, why don't you take flash and boots? But I don't chase, I don't run away. I don't need speed.
But recently, Riot combined the servers hosted by Garena into official Riot servers. This included servers for Singapore, Thailand, the Philippines, Taiwan, and Vietnam. With that, this Teemo account from Vietnam jumped into first place on all official leaderboards, with now almost a 2 million point difference between first place and second place. Notably, two other accounts jumped into the top 10, a Leona main with over 14 million mastery points, and yet another Heimerdinger main in Bronze 3 with 13 million mastery points named "Can I Have a Meal If I Win?" Also, fun fact, speaking of mastery points, there are
97
different players with over 5 million mastery points on Teemo. And there are well over 5,000 unique accounts with over 1 million mastery points on the champion. I use League of Graphs as my source, and unfortunately it only keeps track of the first 5,000 accounts. Account 5,000 has 1.4 million mastery points, so it's possible that there may be over 6,000 players with this achievement, if you can call it that. But moving on, the earliest English mention of this story is a Reddit post from 2018 titled "Teemo 7 million mastery points and a thrilled story," and then an article from 2020 titled "The sad love story behind Teemo makes many people feel pity." However, both of these articles attach the story to the account Long and Pro, though the owner of the account already said it has nothing to do with him. So that's either a mistake by the article, or most likely, this love story was never real. The story of the most active Teemo player is likely not a story of romance, but instead just a story of dedication and passion.
He's just a little crazy. He's a little crazy.